This morning, a Fred Meyer shooting in Richland left one person dead and another injured. Police are still searching for the suspect.
And the Washington State Department of Licensing suffered a data breach that may have exposed personal data from 250,000 people. Next on Murrow News 8.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
And I'm Vasily Varlamos. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
CNN is reporting that there's one dead and one injured after a shooting occurred at a Fred Meyer grocery store in Richland, Washington. The suspect has not yet been caught, and police are asking for the public's assistance in identifying this man who is believed to be connected to the shooting. Police are asking anyone who may know of the suspect's whereabouts to call the number on your screen.
The Washington State Department of Licensing suffered a data breach, possibly impacting 250,000 licensed professionals. The breach impacted Polaris, an online web-based database, during the week of January 24th. The DOL says the type of information leaked varies from different licenses and may include social security numbers, dates of birth, driver's license numbers, and other personal identifying information. Washington is seeing an increase in reckless driving and fatal crashes, potentially fueled at least in part by the pandemic. Stacy Hoff, while speaking to Cairo Radio, says there has been a 50% increase in citations being issued to drivers traveling more than 40 miles per hour over the speed limit.
A bill that would impose penalties for buying and selling stolen catalytic converters in Washington State took a step forward Thursday. Senator Jeff Wilson says this bill is a response to the spike in increased catalytic converter crime in Washington State. Over the last 2 years, thousands of catalytic converters have been stolen, resulting in thousands of dollars in damage. If this bill is passed, it would encourage vehicle owners to place identifying marks on their catalytic converters and set up a database to identify them and determine ownership. This bill is also favored by the scrap metal industry.
A 29-year-old Beauville man has been charged with felony drunk driving manslaughter for allegedly causing an ATV accident that killed a man last fall. The fatal crash killed a 27-year-old during the early morning hours of September 25th. Idaho State Police said the man charged had a blood alcohol level of .169 shortly after the crash. The suspect also had previous DUI convictions from 2018 and 2015.
Potlatch volunteer firefighters extinguished a fire at the Bennett lumber mill outside of Princeton, Idaho, Saturday night. The fire was located in the stacker facility of the mill. The fire did not damage the structure, however, it did burn through lumber. Crews were able to clear up debris from the fire around 9:30 that night. Whitman County residents can now pick up K990 masks and COVID-19 rapid tests from the Pullman Police Department. Police Chief Gary Jenkins says the department reached out to the Whitman County Health Department for supplies. Since there is staff working 24/7, Jenkins says supplies can be picked up anytime, day or night. Right now, families can take 4 masks and 2 testing kits.
We'll see how quickly the items move, and we may reach a point that we are backlogged in supplies, but right now we're not, and we have plenty on hand.
Jenkins says families can come back at a later date for more supplies if needed.
Officials are reporting the 46th COVID-19 death in Latah County. The Idaho North Central District Public Health Department is also reporting that there are 26 new reported COVID-19 cases. There have been 5,858 confirmed COVID-19 cases in Latah County since the pandemic began.
Parts of the Palouse Falls State Park will be permanently closing after multiple fatalities.
And WSU's Career Expo is offering virtual and in-person sessions today and tomorrow. More on that next.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on.
No, it's fine right now.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3.
are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
The public will be banned from hiking into potentially dangerous areas at Palouse Falls State Park after 4 people died in the park in recent years. The decision was made after a vote by the Washington State Parks and Recreation Commission on January 27th. The closures include the pool at the bottom of the falls, the cliff side with narrow trails above the pool, and the top of the falls. The Castle Rock Formation, an attraction for rock climbers, will also be closed.
The WSU Career Expo will be happening both today and tomorrow. Today is a virtual session where students can join on AirMe until 6 p.m. Tomorrow's session is in person at Beasley Coliseum from noon to 4 p.m. Masks are required for all who attend. To find more about this, you can visit ascc.wsu.edu.
After a long postponement, Macklemore is finally coming to the Palouse. He will be performing during WSU's Spring Family Weekend on April 2nd at Beasley Coliseum. Macklemore was originally scheduled to perform spring of 2020 at Mom's Weekend. However, the concert was canceled because of COVID-19. Tickets go on sale Friday morning at 10 a.m.
A woman is named the assistant chief for the first time in Washington State Patrol history. Shannon Bedskin was promoted to the position in June 2021, and Chief John Batiste hosted a promotional ceremony on February 2nd. Bendixson has been climbing the ladder in her 22-year career with the WSP, and she said it is an honor to serve as the first women assistant chief in the agency's 100-year history. Bendixson was a teacher after playing college basketball on a full ride. She transitioned to law enforcement after an invite to participate in a ride-along with Olympia Police Department. She is a wife, a mother of 3, and her husband also works for the State Patrol.
It felt good walking to class today. Abby, what can we expect from Mother Nature in the next couple days?
Well, that is a good question, Vasily, and the good news is that you can expect sun. So as we can see, our high for the day is actually about 50 degrees, and looking back on history, that's about 10 degrees higher than typical. And then our low will just dip a little bit below freezing to 30 degrees, so still bundle up if you have to go outside in those later hours of the day. The sun sets around 5 p.m. today, but before then we can still expect some 19 miles per hour winds, so a little bit breezy. And then looking forward to tomorrow, temperatures should stay about the same, mid-40s, so just a little bit colder. Once again, 33-degree temperatures at night, just a little above freezing. And then our winds will die down, which is nice, to about 6 miles per hour. And then once again, that 5 p.m. sunset time. And then we'll also expect some fog in the morning, so be aware of that as well. But sunny today and tomorrow. And then looking at the state map, I'll start here on the west side of the state. Seattle and Olympia, some clouds, nothing new there, about 50 degrees. Yakima, pretty warm, 55 degrees. And then I'm just gonna go over here so you can see the eastern side of the state. Our friends in Spokane are experiencing really comparable weather. We can see it's about 48 degrees. Sunny, pretty gorgeous. Tri-Cities 61, so you can't really complain about too much there. And then I'm going to step off of the camera so everyone can see the 7-day map. And then as we see here, once again, really comparable temperatures for the rest of the week. We have about 49-degree temperatures on Saturday. Thursday, 50 degrees, so not a ton of change, and so it'll be pretty consistent. So if you're a lover of snow, you're a little bit out of luck for the next couple of days and at least the week. But you know, it's a great time to get outside, go on a hike, and soak up that vitamin D. And so that is it for weather today. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Abby. WSU women's basketball star Charlize Ledger-Walker is the 9th Cougar to score 30-plus points in a road game.
And after rescheduling the WSU women's basketball game against the Oregon Ducks, we can expect them to tip off February 9th at noon in Beasley Coliseum. Our sports reporter Drew will have all the details when we come back.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
WSU women's basketball star Charlize Ledger-Walker had herself a weekend against the Mountain Schools. The sophomore guard averaged 22.5 points, 2.5 blocks per game, and shot 48.5% from the field. She became only the 9th Coug to score 30-plus in a road game. The Cougs split the road trip, getting a win at Colorado, but their comeback came up short at Utah yesterday. WSU women's next action is against the University of Oregon in Beasley Coliseum. This is a big matchup for both teams as they try to make the tournament. The Ducks and Cougs both sit at 14-7 record-wise, but the Ducks are undefeated in Pac-12 play. Hopefully, Charlize Ledger-Walker continues her hot streak and the Cougs can knock off number 24 Oregon. This game was postponed by COVID on January 23rd. On February 11th, WSU women's basketball is celebrating the 50th anniversary of Title IX at 7 p.m. against UCLA. All fans will receive a t-shirt honoring the pioneers of Title IX. Fans under 17 years old get in for free. Watch out for the WSU men's basketball team because they are red hot. The Cougs just swept the Bay Area schools for the first time since 1993. WSU beat Cal 68-64 on Saturday to extend their winning streak to 5 games. Michael Flowers led the Cougs with 21 points. Also, Mohamed Gay won his 3rd Pac-12 Freshman of the Week award honor as well. The Cougs play Arizona in Beasley on Thursday.
Big game coming up, Drew. WSU's veterinary teaching hospital welcomed home a new rescue turtle named Bruce.
And for all you pasta lovers, today is a day to celebrate. Coming up next on Murrow News 8. Today is National Fettuccine Alfredo Day. I know I'm going to head to my local Italian restaurant and spend this holiday with a plate full of pasta. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Have a great night.